is leading to accusations of a conflict of interest. Rajiv Date was a lobbyist during the debate over FinReg that created the agency. Plus, his company, Prosper Marketplace, matches people who need loans with those who are willing to make them. But you know what? A quarter of those loans went right into default. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Larry Wingett is the pit bull of personal development. Paul Westcott is the host of White House Brief. And Kimberly Guilfoyle is host of Breaking News on Fox.com. Larry, let's start with you. What do you make of this, sir?
I'm always amazed that when you hire somebody that you don't bother to look through their resume. You'd think that when they did that, or if they would have done that, this might have raised a red flag. And you would think that that red flag might send up a PR signal that you would think, this is going to bite us in the butt when the media finds out about it. But evidently I'm wrong. They didn't think that at all.
Kimberly, is this biting them in the butt? Do you think anybody will care beside the New York Times?
I care. You care.
I care.
And apparently the Times for 5 seconds. But this is unclean hands. It's inappropriate, and I agree with him. I mean, maybe they're worried about getting paper cuts from the resume, so like, let's not touch it. But you should really check these things out and have some kind of personal responsibility and care about the ethics, especially of a choice like this.
Well, and the other problem, Paul, too, is that, look, the Prosper Marketplace essentially matched up people for loans, but you had none of the protections of FDIC banks. So what gives with that? That's what this agency is going to be all about, is consumer protection.
Well, that's exactly right. And I think the biggest problem you have here is not the fact, I mean, I'm not shocked, by the way, about this at all, because right now what you have is the Consumer Protection Finance Agency is just another 1,000 employees, $500 million, $500 billion is what this is going to cost. I mean, it's just, this is going to be a total disaster because nobody knows its exact purpose. Nobody knows what even is going to happen with the whole bill. Chris Dodd said himself, we'll find out once the next crisis happens. So. Well, not shocked that they're hiring a bunch of people.
This is more the common practice is the issue. I mean, this is part of a larger problem where you see that the people aren't checking it out. No one knows where the money's going to go to or who should be responsible for it, and it's a mess.
Layers of regulation on layers of regulation. All right, let's go to the next story about kissing babies. Candidates who have spent months slugging it out are replacing attack ads with warm and fuzzy ones featuring, guess what, their kids. It's an old political tactic called ending positive. That's a tactic
ending
called
positive.
Ending positive.
You want to finish up with a smiley face. Like,
makes
nice.
sense.
Exactly. Even after all the attacks, the mean attacks, even in the state of Kentucky where you had Jack Conway run an ad talking about Rand Paul's, religion, Aqua Buddha, some of them tying up a college girlfriend, something like that. He had a bunch of crazy stuff that was reported out there. But now he's going to be kissing babies and shaking hands and smiling. And it happens every year, but we remember.
Larry, let's get you in here, buddy. Do you like kissing babies? Do you like ending positive, or would you rather, just continuing to rip everybody's throat out?
I hate this kissing baby stuff. I really do. I blogged about this last week. It absolutely drives me crazy. Not the fact that the candidates are willing to do it, but that people are stupid enough to actually vote for someone just because they have the ability to reproduce. I don't care whether you have kids, if you have kids, if you like kids. I don't want to see your family. I don't want to know you have cute kids. And anybody who votes for somebody for those reasons alone deserves exactly what they get.
Oh, you got to come back every Thursday, Larry. Kimberly,
a little salty over there. I'm the chips and salsa. How about a little bit of a lollipop, a little bit of sugar for you? I don't know. This is how they do it. This is like, apparently it works or something. Somebody's checked it out with some unscientific poll. You got to end positive. You don't want to end on a negative note with the whole Aqua Buddha thing. So you've got to show some kids.
But if you went into the
you got to show they're human
during the campaign, I mean, what does it matter that you end kissing babies? It all seems like made up.
We are all going to forget.
It's better than not.
They think we're going to forget, but yeah, it is better than not.
Just tell me how you're going to vote and how you're going to spend my money. That's all I care about.
Well, that's the one thing they do know, how they're going to spend your money. Next story, the New
all
York,
of it.
All of it. The New York candidate for governor from the Rent is Too Damn High party now is a doll that repeats his catchphrase. The Jimmy McMillan action figure is made in Connecticut and sold for about $50. The product launched on Monday, and hundreds were sold by yesterday, Paul.
Yes, I actually purchased one of them. It's going to go right next to my Dennis Kucinich, the government is too damn small doll that he has. So obviously I'm going to have that one on there. I thought, but yeah, this guy, I met him out front actually this morning. I was doing something else here, and he was right out in front of the building, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing his end of the campaign. I think he's got 0.02% approval, but hey, you know what?
He's got his own doll.
He's got
my own doll,
it looks like a little action figure. I'm in love with it, actually, but you know what? $50? That doll is too damn high. I mean, who's going to pay $50? I want the Barbie with the 6 different pairs of shoes and outfits. What's up with that? Larry?
Well, you know, I actually have a doll. I really do. There's a Larry Winget bobblehead doll that says, shut up, stop whining, and get a life. So I like anybody. Seriously, there's a guy. I admire anybody who's got a doll. I agree, though, that for most people, $50 is too damn high, especially if you can't afford your damn rent. So.
Exactly.
Larry?
And it's frightening to children. Look at that whole outfit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, a little scary. Larry, send us a doll.
Grim Reaper.
We'll use your doll.
All right, I'll send you one.
Reminder, folks, to tune into Fox Business all night on Tuesday for extended election coverage with some of the biggest names in politics. It will be hosted by our very own Neil Cavuto. All right, next story. Billy Ray and Tish Cyrus have filed for divorce after 17 years of marriage. Too bad. The parents of teen pop star Miley Cyrus said they are trying to work through some personal matters. Now the next step is determining who gets control of Miley's earnings. Kimberly.
Oh, boy. I can see this is going to be messy. Well, they're trying to work out a parenting agreement. You know, they've got this, like, nice, happy, smiley show that Miley and her dad are on. Hopefully they're going to be able to work it out. But it's sad to say, is it really any surprise given what's going on in entertainment and Hollywood and marriages? Not easy.
Paul.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, you see Miley Cyrus has obviously made a ton of money. Her father's made a ton of money in his life as well, though, and I think dividing up the assets is going to be the hardest part. But I think what she's going to be looking for, she should get her own lawyer. I mean, right now, she should have her own lawyer to make sure.
Right?
Yeah, she's an adult, so she's got to make sure that even though the parents are responsible for portions of his assets.
She's not an adult, she's 17.
Yeah, she's 17, okay, so she's under. So she should get her own attorney and figure that out.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Larry, what would you, author of your kids' your own damn fault? Well, I believe that a good
divorce. I believe a good divorce is better than a bad marriage, so if they had a bad marriage, I'm fine with them getting a divorce. I don't care. Anybody can get a divorce if you have a lousy marriage. It's fine with me.
I just want Miley to be okay. I guess that's my big concern, is that she doesn't get ripped off in all of this.
I don't think she's going to. They're not hurting. She's got plenty of money. They've got plenty of money. Yeah, and she's got a bunch of cute boyfriends, a new one every other week.
There I am worrying about rich people. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
A Catholic charity is auctioning off one of the rarest baseball cards ever expected to earn nearly $200,000. And I hope I'm going to say this right. The Honus Wagner card? Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with that.
In 1910, I'm waiting for the people in the control room to, come on, in my ear. A near mint Wagner card was sold in 2007 for almost $3 million. How many of these do you have, Larry?
I don't have any, but this one's not going to go for that much because it has a tack hole next to his head, I read. So it'll just go for a couple of $100,000. A lot of good's going to come from this money. The nun's going to do good things with it. Good for her. I'm glad she's got it.
I mean, finally the nuns win. Honestly, they have to wear those terrible outfits all the time. I mean, God bless. Yeah, I went to all-girls private Catholic school. Nuns all over the place, let me tell you. So finally the nuns get some cash.
And you're happy about that, Paul?
God's happy, too.
I think the story of the guy is fantastic. If you look at the background, I mean, the guy quit school at 12, became a coal miner at 12 years old, and then went off to play Major League Baseball. They should have to do that now. I like that.
Wow,
yeah.
That's impressive.
But then he ran for political office.
Yeah, that's right. Ran for political office. He has a great story. So.
As opposed to taking drugs that make you gain weight and muscle mass.
Well, he wasn't as ostentatious as Babe Ruth or any of those other guys, and so nobody really knows his name.
I didn't know his name.
You didn't know. I didn't know his name
like
before
baseball.
I
didn't know his name.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to start my own collection of baseball
I think
cards.
you should, exactly. And I'm doing my own Barbie doll. I like to announce it on this show. It's called the Midnight Barbie. And you should get it.
Ooh, I'm scared. Are you scared?
Well, I'm a little frightened.
It'll be amazing.
I'll send you mine if you'll send me yours.
And on that note, thanks, Larry, Paul, and Kimberly.
Oh, God.
Our new report shows just how screwed up the IRS is as they admit to nearly 25 million errors. I'll give you my 2 cents more on just who got refunds next.